right, as we've been reporting, the ANC Deputy President, David Mabuza, to be sworn in as Member of Parliament today. Well, his swearing in was delayed last week after the ANC's Integrity Commission found that he had put the party into disrepute. Well, let's find out more now, and our political reporter, Samkele Maseko, joins us live via Skype. Samkele, good morning to you. So, if the Integrity Commission has had a meeting with David Mabuza and today he is to be sworn in as Member of Parliament, the only assumption there is that he has been cleared by the Integrity Commission. What do we know about that meeting?
What we do know, Koli, at this point in time is that David Mabuza did meet with the Integrity Commission last week Friday at the party's headquarters at Luthuli House. That meeting spent for about an hour to an hour 30 minutes, where he was asked about various allegations that have plagued his political career, particularly since he became the provincial chairman of the ANC in Mpumalanga and the premier of that province. We'd understand there have been allegations of political killings against him. There have been allegations of maladministration during his tenure as the premier of Mpumalanga, particularly when the office of the premier purchased 4 luxurious vehicles, which that report by the public protector Busisiwe Mukhwebane later on basically let the deputy president of the ANC and the former deputy president of the country, since there is a new administration that should be ushered in when President Cyril Ramaphosa announces his cabinet, it cleared them of any wrongdoing, squarely putting the doorstep of the blame at the doorstep of those who are public servants within the office of the premier in Mpumalanga. So these are the details that were roughly being discussed in the meeting the Integrity Commission held with the Deputy President of the ANC. Interestingly, Koli, David Mabuza is the only ANC NEC member, top 6 member, at this point in time, in this current political juncture in the country, to have ever voluntarily stepped aside without being asked by his organization just to clear his name. Whether that's a long chess game he is playing for his future political ambitions, only time will tell. But at this point in time, he will be sworn in as a Member of Parliament at the Sfako Makato Guest House, Presidential Guest House in Pretoria at 4 o'clock by Chief Justice Mogoeng.
Samkele, just as a final question to you, if it does happen that these allegations do come back again, this at the same time, the action of David Mabuza, yes, he's been lauded as someone who has respected the wishes of this commission, which has been undermined by other leaders before. Surely that can also be interpreted as political gimmick if it does happen that the allegations simply don't go away.
Well, Koli, this is the man who has confessed to have read The Art of War 100 times. The Art of War 100 times. He plays chess alone. He is the ultimate chess player. He dribbled many ANC leaders, including the former president of the ANC, Jacob Zuma, going to the ANC's Nasrec conference to come out as the victor with Mpumalanga, and Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of the ANC. So he is playing a long game here, which could effectively say, should the time come where nominations come for whoever may want to be the president of the ANC at the next conference in 2022, those who may want to bring up issues of maladministration, corruption, political killings against him, he may simply ask them the question, I've been to the Integrity Commission of the ANC, it's cleared my name, I voluntarily stepped aside whilst other ANC members of parliament were being sworn in. I was hurled alongside the Integrity Commission with 21 other leaders of the ANC. I was the only one who stood up and said, look, I won't be sworn in as a member of parliament until I clear my name. All those who he has been accused of, alongside, such as Gwede Mantashe, the national chairperson, Zizi Godwa, Musebenzi Zwane, Bongani Bongo, Otsiyabonga Cwele, David Mahlobo, all of them have been sworn in as members of parliament. He's the only one who stepped aside. So he's playing a political game that will see him, for his own future political ambitions, that those who may be his political detractors at the time find it very hard to bring these allegations against him, because he's been cleared by this Integrity Commission of the ANC. But there are some within the ANC structures, particularly within those 22 names, who want to question the credibility of the Integrity Commission, saying that a Rivonia trialist and ANC stalwart and veteran, Baba Andrew Mlangeni, what was he doing in the interview processes, because he's no longer part of the Integrity Commission in their own terms, as it's now chaired by George Mashamba. So these are the sort of things that are going around. Some NEC members, some members of parliament have already been sworn in, basically questioning the credibility and the motive of the Integrity Commission, some going as far as to saying that this Integrity Commission process was basically set up to clear David Mabuza to pave his way, to make his way back to the second-in-command at the Union buildings, as is the second-in-command at Luchuli House as the Deputy President. They're basically saying this was a sham, this was a scam, it was all set up to clear David Mabuza and to find those who may be his political detractors and with President Cyril Ramaphosa guilty, and it's a long rope to eventually hang the Secretary General of the African National Congress, that would be Ace Magashule.